Hi and welcome. My name is Rich Pasini. Today is October 22nd, 2019. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content and come back for more. You know, folks, I do the reseller news and Let's Talk eBay on this YouTube channel, but in between, I also vlog. And one of my favorite parts about vlogging is when I'm using or creating videos using my two favorite software packages is Cyberlink PowerDirector 14, and I use the Filmora 8.76 version. Now they do have the Filmora 9.2 version that you could download for free, I believe, and you can try it out, and if you like it, then you can purchase it. But right now I'm going to be using the 8.76 version to make this video. What this video is all about, folks, I just want to show you how I do with using two different software packages, how I extract information or particular video clips or actual photos from another software package and embed it with my Filmora software. And I'm going to show you how I do it. I just got a little thing here. I don't know how long this is going to take. I'm going to try to do the best I can to explain what I'm doing and how I do it. And I hope you guys can stick around and check it out. I think it's kind of interesting. We're going to see how it works because I'm still not finished with it, but we're going to try it out together, and I'm going to share some little pointers on how I do it and how I make it all work. So if you could stick around, that's coming up. Thanks. Okay, well, before I get started, I just want to state one thing to you guys out there. I will not be able to do the function, the actual recording, show you how I actually do it as far as like recording from one part to the other, only because this is a live video right now I'm doing. And meaning live, meaning that I'm using Filmora 8.76 version to do a full screen, recording. So I won't be able to split it up and do it that way. There might be a way to do it. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with that. So I'll explain in detail the best I can and show you what I can show you. But anyway, I have over here Filmora 8.76 version is opened up here, and if you ever want to know the version that you're using, just click on the help button here, click on about, and it will tell you right over here, Filmora version 8.76 version. Okay, so that's how you'll know if you ever want to find out what version you're using. Well, okay, let's close Filmora out here, that part anyway. All right. Well, I wanted to do this here. It's very basic, and to believe it or not, to do this little caption here with this little projector, it was a little involved for me because, like I said, I'm not a professional, special effects guy that does all this stuff with videos and stuff like that. So I'm learning just like anybody else would. I'm an amateur at this here, but I do like to share information with you guys, and if you can get a little takeaway from it, just get an idea of how I do it. And if you are using Filmora, you may be using a new version, 9.2 version, it'll kind of like it might help you out. Excuse me. So, I just thought I'd do this here. We wanted to do this video for quite some time. And then maybe as time goes on, I'll show you how I do some other special effects with it. Do some transition work and some, overlays and stuff like that, and elements and split screen stuff. But this is what I use. This is my basically this is my go-to video editing software, Filmora. But anyway, all right. So what happened when I was going to Cyberlink here. Cyberlink is another nice software package. This is Cyberlink PowerDirector 14, and again, if you ever want to know what this one here, you got to click on the little gear here, and it will tell you over here. It should, if I'm not mistaken. Bear with me for 1 second here. It should tell you. Oh, well, it says PowerDirector 14 anyway. But that's the version right there. And they always have little advertisements when you click on that little gear icon over there because they want you to upgrade. But I will say one thing. What I do love about about PowerDirector 14 is that they give you a lot of free, what do you call it? Software packages, like things you could add to your this program for free. It's for free, and one day I will do a video on that there and show you guys what it's all about. All right, now as you can see over here, you got the custom, you got the downloaded files. I downloaded quite a bit of them. Let's click them on and show you what I got here. Here you can see new effects every month. These are the ones I downloaded from their website there. I think it's called Dreams Time. Wait, let me show you. I'll tell you in a second. Bear with me for 1 second here. It is Direct Zone. That's it. Direct Zone. Yeah, it's Direct Zone. That's it. Yeah, Direct Zone. That's where you get all your free stuff. And I'll do a video on that there. I'll show you how you get some stuff with that. That's one thing I like about Cyberlink PowerDirect. I mean, I do love Filmora. Don't get me wrong. But with Cyberlink PowerDirect, you get a lot of free things. You get free sounds. You get free. I'll show you the things I got for free. I'll just show you really quick. All right. Now, some of the stuff you see here was all downloadable. Okay. A lot of the stuff I downloaded. Some stuff comes free, preloaded when you purchase. So I bought this outright. Okay. You got 3D stuff here. Again, you could add on to this stuff. You could add on to your program. It's got paint animations. It's got the general part over here. It's got some more stuff here. You could, and all the stuff that you see here, a lot of the stuff I had downloaded just to let you guys know. Here's some frames. Well, this is only one. Okay, I don't know what happened with that one there. Here's some more static stuff. They do have a whole bunch of static objects that you can download, but I didn't get around to doing it. Here's the one we just left, okay, this one here, and it goes on and on and on. I don't want to take too much of your time. But anyway, so I came across this one here, and I said, you know something, I want to try something. I want to try an experiment with this here. So I said, I want to try to make myself like put myself in an old, an old movie, setting. So I came across this old projector, and I said to myself, I like to have this here, and I want to try to figure out how I'm going to get this is the big part for me was, that's why I said I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible, was to get a screen that was going to, how can I say, combine with this camera here, and at the same time, because that was the problem, because if you just put a square picture in here, it's going to show square, but I wanted to make it actually where it's actually looks like it's actually putting a movie on that screen. So I did was I copied this here from Filmora. Again, I can't do it now because I'm doing the recording right now. I can't do it that way. And what I did was I downloaded this here, actually copied it. I embedded it in Filmora. Let's go over here. And here it is over here. Okay. Now I think I could still do this here. Yeah. All right. Okay. So like I said earlier, when I went into PowerDirect 14, I wanted this little projector here, okay? So what I did was, Filmora has a record from PC, the screen. So I did is I opened it up here, and you could configure it to the size here, dimensions, whatever, like that, right? So that's what I did. I configured it to that there. And you could now it's a constant thing. It's constantly going, okay? So I could let this run. I could have copied it on Filmora from 1 minute to 15 minutes to a half hour, because you can see it's constantly replaying, okay? So anyway, after I recorded this here, all right, I went back to Filmora. Okay, we're going to go back here again. And, well, what are we going to do over here? That's when I go with this one here. Sorry, folks, I'm bouncing around. I apologize. So, again, I'm going to have to explain stuff to you because, like I said, I'm doing a live, it's recording right now. And unfortunately, I don't know any other way to do it. I'm sorry. When I find out, I will do it better. Anyway, so picture this now. Okay, so now it's been, transferred to Filmora. Okay, but this was in the center. All right, so I had to push this back. Okay. Now, with Filmora, you could record from within Filmora. I know it sounds crazy, right? So I went over here without messing anything up, and I went over here and I went record from PC screen. Again, I can't do it because it's doing a live record. So I did this one here, and whoops, let's go back over here. Let's get this back. So what I do is after I recorded, now remember, this is centered. After I did it with Filmora, I was able to reposition it to push it back, and that's why you see it this way now, because right now with let me show you what I'm talking about. You see over here it's more centered. This is how it recorded from Filmora when I recorded off of Filmora from Cyberlink. Okay, you see how it's more centered here, kinda. Okay, and that's why I had to push it back on the Filmora screen to make that to make that space. I need that distance to put that screen in there. All right, so the next thing was okay, you can't, I'm thinking, well, maybe I could just put a screen in there, whatever, you know, like just a regular white screen, you know, regular rectangular one, and put it there, but it wouldn't look right, you know, it didn't have that look I was looking for. So what do? I go to the good old Google and I type in old movie screens, and this is what comes up. So I'm looking around saying, geez, there's tons of them over here, and I only need a snapshot of it. I don't need, you know, to do much more than that. So I'm looking around, and, you know, it was kind of time consuming, because I said, how am I going to get that screen? I need a screen that has an angle to it. You know, I can't put, like, say this screen here, I can't put this here. I can't use this one. At first I said, well, I could probably get away with this one, but I said, nah, not for me, you know. I don't want that type of screen. Then I was thinking maybe I can get this here and flip the image back. I said that's another possibility of doing it that way. But I said I don't want to do that either. So I kept moving around, and eventually I came across one. Now I'm going to try to show you guys. I'm not going to be able to show you now. Where is that one? Excuse me, folks. Now I just got to bear with me to find it. I don't know which one it was. It has to be one that was on an angle, if I'm not mistaken. And that was the one I needed. And I'm sure it's around here somewhere. But anyway, I can't seem to find it one now. I'm sorry, guys. That's my fault. I should have been more prepared. I do apologize. Okay. So anyway, I was looking, and somewhere along here, I found it. So what I did was, just to get a long story short, I went to this little tool over here, okay? I went to this little tool called snipping. It's a snipping tool. And when you click it on, you could pretty much get what you want, right? After you do it, you could save it. You could do editing with it. You know, you could whatever, do highlights. You could write in there, whatever, okay? So I saved it, and then I went back. Yeah, I don't want that there. But that's just to show you how I did it. So I picked up, but that particular screen, it had to be a screen that was on an angle, and I did find one, okay? And here it is. So what I did afterwards, getting the screen where it is right now, I'm gonna have to practically do it all over again, because you could see here, then you'll be seeing me again all over again. All right. So what I did was I had to reposition. We're gonna start like basically what I'm doing now. It's gonna show you all over again. All right, so what I did was I put this here, okay, like that there, and I had to get that screen. I mean, this is going to probably go a lot quicker than I expected, but we'll see. So I got this screen here, I repositioned, I put it over here on the bottom, right, over here, and we're just going to move like this really quick, just to give me a little playroom here. Okay, whoops, come on. All right, so now the screen is too big, of course. So being it's on that background, I was able to move it down, shrink it, okay? And when you shrink it, you have a little more room to play around with here, okay? With this little ball over here, you could turn it around like that if you need to, you know, you have to adjust it or whatever, you can make it bigger or whatever like that. And that's basically what was doing here. So I had to try to get it where it was positioned in a way where it's gonna look just like it's putting on it, like it's on a screen. Now, as you can see here, it does look pretty good, okay? It could be a little better, but that's the way I wanted it right now. So, and every time you want to make an adjustment to that particular, you know, that screen, you got to click it on, of course, and you're in Filmora. So you can make it a little bigger. All right. If you want to make it a little more closer to the thing, you could do that there. I try to get the shadowing where it was going to basically match here, as you can see. Almost looks like that. It looks pretty good, right? Considering. All right. And then that's when I drop myself in there. So now when you're dropping yourself in there, again, this is just to show you, like, you know, it's a little task, but, you know, sometimes, what's that old saying? Every picture tells 1,000 words. It's just to give you an idea of what you can do with this as well. So then I drop myself in here, and voila, you know, here I am. Now with this one here, on the other one that you've seen earlier, over here you can see where my mouse cursor is. I was able to, you know, bleach that out there. I blended it right out. So what you're going to do again is you're going to, but I'm going to leave it like this for time being, okay? We're going to leave this little black box there, okay? So now you're saying, well, geez, it still looks like that, right? Well, again, you got to play around with it, folks. You got to play around with it. The color you got to mess around with as well. So this is what I did, all right? And again, you got to have to play around with this here. Now the blending part comes in. you're probably saying, well, wait a minute, one sheet, one's whiter than the other here. Like, this is light, this is white. Okay, what you're gonna have to do is go click on here on your part, you are, and you're gonna go to green screen. Okay, when you click on green screen, watch what happens when you say make parts of clip transparent. Now, you're gonna have to go into that and click it on like this. See, you see what happened there? Let's do it again. You see what happened? You take the eyedropper, and once you move it in here like that, now you're gonna be able to blend it in. Okay, then you use the intensity level, and you're gonna move it in. Now you see how I just blended in there? See how I just blended in? Okay. If you go too much, then I become white. So you want to try to get that right contrast there. Okay. Once that's done, see, now let's do like this here. I'm more blended in here. Okay. Now again, you don't want to have your body floating around like that there. Again, what you're gonna have to do is click it on, and you can reposition it down. But you see how the screen is, and you see how I am? You want to try to like get that a little pitched like that. Just, well, not pitched where you're too much, but you want to get it where you're okay. Basically, you could just probably move it down a little to get that look. You see what it is? Now, again, you could play around with it. If I had more of my body in there, I could just move it, position it right down like this. Okay, like this here. And now it looks a little better right now. You can see me like that. Okay. It's a little playing around, but again, if you take your time and you do it, it'll come out perfect. Moving everything around, getting the pieces and stuff like that, like you see here. This is what I wanted to show you with this little piece that you press on. What is that little thing? All right, this here again. If I drop it on the timeline, okay. You guys who followed me before, I like to do blending and special effects with things like that. I always try to show you how I blend things in. Basically, what I did. All right, let me just show you exactly. Let's get this out for a second here. All right, whenever you're gonna blend something like this, let's say you make an error, you say, oh geez, I did the video, I don't want to go and do the whole thing all over again, I gotta reshoot it. So what you do is, again, I go to my little favorite guy over here, my little snipping tool. Whoop, how did I get this guy? All right, let's close this out here. We just need that right now. So you go to the little snipping tool right over here. I hit the wrong thing, I'm sorry guys. And when you click on new, okay, the whole screen's going to turn white. What you want to do is take here, this little cross here, and what you want to do is either go to the left or to the right of it. I like to go to the right of it, and I like to try to keep it the same thickness or whatever, or same length, if possible. Well, yeah, you could. It's not a, it's not going to be a big thing, but if you want to make it look good, that's what you would do. All right. So then what you're going to do is you're going to save it. I'm not going to save it again, although I could, but then I have to go into the folder and stuff. But I already got one here, so we're going to use that. But that's what you have to do, all right? That's what I did for that there, to make, to correct it, all right? So now I go into my file, I go to my import, and I import it in here, right? You go to import your files there, and I got a whole bunch of them here, all right? And there's the screen, and there's that little thing there. Well, I just call it any name, whatever. All right, so after you click it on, you put it in here, you open it, it will be, it'll copy into Filmora. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this here, you're gonna drop it down. This is just in case you made an error, or like I said again, you don't want to reshoot the whole video. That's what you could do there. You use that little snipping tool. That little snipping tool comes with Windows 10 operating system, just to give you guys a heads up. It's not something I bought or purchased. Okay, so now you're gonna shrink it down. Now, let's see what happens here. Hold on, bear with me, because sometimes you have to, I sometimes have to shoot this thing twice, like, copy it twice. So again, you don't want a big one like that there. You want to try to keep it as close as possible. Less is better in this particular case, okay? If you see a little to the left here like that showing, sometimes I will do that. I'll move it just to get an idea, because I don't want too much. So I'm going to move it down like this, like that, okay? And if you can close this as much as you can see it will not close anymore. You're just going to slide it over there really quick like that. And let's see what happens. It just about blends in almost all perfect. Now, if I did it again, I could make it even better. But for the simple reason, I'm not going to do it just yet, because like I said, I don't want to take too much of your time up. All right. And that's another way you could do it. Now, I can make this here even perfect too. All I got to do is just redo this part here, resnip this part, and get here. See the little shadow here? I can make this probably better. You know what? Let me take an extra second, a minute or so, and we'll do it, okay? Let me just show you. Let me get out of here, because I want you guys to see the right done, being done the right way. So let's go to the snipping tool. All right, let's go over here, and we're gonna go again. We're gonna take the cross and move it right up here like that, and try to get like that. We don't want it too wide. All right, like that. It's a pain in the neck doing with a mouse. Okay, and I'm just gonna call this here anything. I'm just gonna call it, I don't know, GR3, whatever. I'll just call it like that, just for argument's sake. It's gonna be my YouTube folder picture, and we'll just do that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back over here. We're gonna import it, and there it is, GR3. We're gonna open it. Boom. It's there. Okay. So now let's see. This might be a little better because it's a little more shaded to that. Now we're gonna go over here. We're not gonna use that. We're gonna use this one here, and we're gonna put it over here. Hopefully this might be a little better. I don't know. We gotta see. We'll find out. You know, you have to have a pretty good eye too, like for the shading, stuff like that. If you want to get it to near perfect. I'm just showing these little tricks. I'm just showing you guys. You know, you don't have to be so fussy. But me, when it comes to doing my videos, I like to try to keep everything perfect. Try to anyway. I try. All right, so let's just move that down a little. Let's see. We'll actually have to click it here. It's a little. I can see the shadowing over here. I could play around with it a little more, but I don't want to take too much of your time, like I said, folks. So let's just move it over here. Let's close this up a little more if it'll close up. I guess not too much. Let's see. I'm trying to see where it is. Okay, over here. All right. And sometimes you could even, like, you know, if you wanted to, you know, not that you should, but you could also kind of like try to blend it in a little like that too and see. Sometimes you could do that, get away with it. But anyway, I know I can make it better, but I'm not, like I said again, for all intents and purposes, I'm not going to do that there. And then I'm going to mute this here, and then you could see me, you know, like that there. Well, okay. It's got the music still playing there. But that's how it looked then. You know, and again, then with the clipboard, again, I went to one of those windows there. Well, one over here. And I just typed in basically a clipboard here. You know, you go to the images of clipboard, and I just kind of like borrowed one just for the video. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. They have animated ones too. You can go to YouTube and get animated ones. That, I believe, was an animated one, but I didn't want to use it. So I said, you know what, let me just do it as a fixed picture there. And that's what I did with that. Whoops, let me go back to here. Yeah, and that's what I ended up doing with this one here. As you can see, that's it. I just made it a fix. This one here, if you right click it and you take out the green screen effect, you will see it's green. See? But once you click on that there, it turns black and it blends in with the black background. The only thing I will say with Filmora, I noticed one thing with this here. On the timeline, okay, doing the timeline, I couldn't, well, for me anyway, it didn't work that way. I couldn't keep this black up here, the black box here on top, because this was kind of like interfering with it. So when I moved it down, I positioned it down 2 positions, as you can see here, 1, 2. I put the black box here, and then I put that the clapboard there, and then it worked. But when this was up here, I was having a hard time trying to you know, use the green screen effect. But that's what that's what was going on with that part. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to tell you. Yeah, in regards to using 2 of these here, like I said, the 2 software packages, I do use them in conjunction with one another, and they really are. This, I tell you one thing. I wish, the only thing I will say with Filmora, I know they give you free stuff, free screens, you know, like free things like that, you know, some free downloads and stuff. But I have to say, honestly, if you ever, you know, purchased from direct, you know, Cyberlink Power Director, they have a lot of free things that you could add to your program. You know, for example, like here's like the social media. Some of this stuff you might see on my YouTube channel. Like, that's, matter of fact, that's where I got it from. Like, when you see that, matter of fact, it should be in there. Let's go to the folder. I'll show you. See these 2 things here? Okay, where do you think these came from? You know, on my YouTube, from here. So I'll show you. Okay, so when I go over here, my album, I have a whole bunch of different ones here. I got the little sneak peek screen when I do my sneak peek videos. You know, that's how that works. They're like that. See? All right, it's not like high-end video graphics, but it does the job. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's not over here, it's probably somewhere over here. Let's see here. Bear with me for 1 second, guys. And, you know, again, you can get free things like this here, too. Now, if I want to add this here, let's say this thing to YouTube, right? Like I say, like this, right? Well, this is the YouTube play button. What I would do, if I want to do something really just make this video a little better, I could drop it in here, and I can move this down like this, reposition it down here, like that. People may say, hey, you want to add a little thing to it? Why not? And you do not have to have all this green here. All you got to do is right-click it, go to green screen, boom, it disappears. Now watch what happens when you play it. Oh, you actually click that. Look what happens when you play it. Okay? See? And that's what you got there. I got so many different effects from different things, folks. I love if you guys follow me, you know what I'm all about. I put little video clips in there too, which sometimes like if I want to enhance my videos. But what was the other thing I wanted to show you? I'm trying to get that there. I have, like I said, I got quite a bit here to show you guys. If it's not on this clip here, I also did a video about my home videos there. I did a video like that, a YouTube video like that, somewhere buried in there. Let's see. I know it's here, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it, because you ever had that happen? You want to show somebody something, and you can't because it disappeared. Let's see. Maybe it's in not the YouTube banners. Let's see, YouTube photo. Maybe it's in here somewhere. I don't know. You know what? Well, you know what I'm talking about. You'll see it there. But this, I've tried to break everything down here, put all this stuff I have, that's going to be useful for my videos. For you guys who follow me, you're seeing behind the scenes. Okay, this is these, and here's another thing. I gotta say one thing about Filmora. They gave free banners back then. I don't know when this was, but they got some nice banners. I downloaded them, and I'm just trying to find that other thing there. I wanted to show you guys where I got all that stuff. Let's see here. Well, if I find it, I will, put it up there. Here's the backgrounds. Like I said, I use these as backgrounds as well. The news clippings and so on and so forth. Let's see what else here. Yeah. Well, you know what I'm talking about. You'll see it. You'll see those. You'll see these things in there. You'll see these here in my videos. I put these on sometimes there. I think in my last video I might have put it. If not, the video prior to that. But I'm not going to keep too much into this here. Like I said, folks, I just want to show you. It's a little brief, overview on like what how I do things with these two software packages. Really good software packages too. They're both good. I definitely recommend you get them. Or try one of them. If not, you could. I don't know if you could. I'm sure you could still. I think you can still buy Power Director 14. I bought this a while back, and I really love it. And they have over here too. Really quick, when you click on that little wand, they got the magic music too. And when you click that on there, let's see here. Now I don't think it's going to interfere. Library update. Well, it'll have the smart sign. You could upgrade. You could update it, or you could update later. But like I said, the reason why I'm a little apprehensive because I don't know if it's going to mess up my, mess up the this video here. But yeah, and they have a whole bunch of songs in there. Some you do purchase, some they do purchase here, and these are the ones that got the feature presentations and stuff like that. But I'm not trying to lead a segue into Power Director. I'm just trying to say, but you do get a whole bunch of things with it. It's not a bad software package. People might say, well, if you like Power Director so much, why did you end up going to Filmora? Power Director, to be honest with you, folks, the way I see it, it's a little more. I feel this is my personal take. It's a little more advanced than I would say than Filmora. In my personal take, that's how I look at it. I think it's a little more advanced, when it comes to working with their program. I like it though. I mean, I used it right from the get-go, and now they have Power Director, I think 365, which they're coming out with, and it's not that cheap, to purchase it. And for people who know me, I consider myself a frugal entrepreneur. I buy out of necessity, and like I said again, right now it's working for me. Filmora is very easy. I like the way it's very user-friendly. I did download Filmora 9.2 version because it's offered to me because I guess they gave it to me because I purchased the first one here, this one, and I guess that there is I guess their way of saying, hey, check it out, but that's what I got. But anyway, I think that's basically it, guys. I hope you got some takeaway from it. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else here. that I wanted to share with you guys. I can't think of anything off now, but eventually we'll do a video on, you know, Cyberlink Power Director as well, in case you want to get a little idea about that, how that works. And of course, you know, the other thing was, you're probably wondering, well, how about the, how did you make yourself, you know, the black and white? That goes into the, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's the overlays or filters. Let me see. It might be one of these here. Bear with me. I want to show you that really quick because I forget. They have old videos. I think that was filters. Yeah, and I did, where is it here? Yeah, this is the one I used right here, the black and white. They have black and white 1, 2, and 3. Let's see, is there another one here? Oh, okay, 4 and 5. Okay, I know I used the black and white one, number 1. That's what I used to do the to make me black and white on this one here. But this one looks pretty good. You know, this one looks really good. This came out pretty good, if I have to honestly say. But you know, like I said again, getting it to look like that, it was kind of like a little tough part getting it, because like I said, I had to get that screen, and the screen was kind of a problem because I wasn't finding the ones I was looking at, you know, and I had to get the screen that was going to point at that angle. And here you really can't manipulate this movie projector. You know, you can probably reverse it and have it go over here. I probably could have done something like that, but again, folks, you know, the reason why I'm doing this video, like I said again, I want to just show you guys how I use it, how I use the two software packages in conjunction with one another. You know, and certain things you can get, there's certain software you can get off the off of YouTube. But if you're going to do it, make sure it says free on there, free to use, before you take anything from them, because you know, copyright and stuff like that. I always, before I take stuff, I always like to make sure it's free. Anything that says it has to purchase or anything like that, you got to buy it. I stay away from those there, but I always look for the free stuff, like this little icon here with this little thing spinning around here. This here is free. You know, this is a free one here. I didn't have to pay for it, you know. So as long as it's free, you know, I don't mind using it, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, anytime you're going to do stuff like that, make sure it's free, you know, and that the what do you call it, the publisher of it is giving you the permission to use it, to because you don't want to have any problems with it. Probably the worst thing would happen is, I haven't had it happen, thank God. Somebody would, they would probably contact you and say, hey, you know, you're using my content there, and you know, I really want you to, cease and dismiss doing that there. And you know, if that's the case, then yeah, you do it, because you know, they're telling you they don't want you using it unless you purchase it or get permission from them. But for the most part, I always shoot for the ones that are free, you know. So that's how I get that stuff there. A lot of those things that you see, I always go for the free stuff. Free is better. Free is better than buying. I mean, you could always buy stuff if you want to, you know, buy the stuff. You can do that. They do sell this stuff, but for the most part, I like free stuff, you know, and that's how I do it. But anyway, guys, let me close out of this video really quick, and then we'll end it up. So just stick around. Thanks, guys. Well, that concludes this video. I hope you found it interesting, and if you did, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share, and if you want to be updates to when I post out new videos, please hit that bell notification icon. My name is Rich Pasini. Today is October 22nd, 2019. Until next time, bye-bye for now.